So I've had a little request from one of my students on how to use these molds. These, if you haven't seen them, are made by Art Clay Silver, and they are little charms with letters. And what's nice about these is they have these little kind of holes here to hang your jump ring through. So already and made. So they're really sweet and they're really useful. And also, if you are inclined, you can cut off the little loop and just have the letter itself, because they're quite thick and they're quite chunky and they'll stand by themselves. They're quite this is one that I made earlier. So they're quite thick and quite robust, I would say. So you can use them on chains and put them with other things, other charms. I use Cool Slip and I'll spray into the mold and just make sure they get in there. It doesn't need an awful lot. It doesn't need too much, and don't want to have too much on the surface here. But that will help the clay release from the mold after it's dry. And so you just take a little bit of clay, and it really is quite a small amount. It's not a big amount at all. And we will go and put them. So make sure your ball of clay is nicely rolled. You don't want any cracks or gaps in the clay. And then just use your fingertips and press down into the mold nice and firmly. It has to be firm, because you want to make sure that mold is filled. And then take some sort of modelling tool. This is a dental tool, and just give it a good squeeze down into that mold. And then you can use the modelling tool to scrape it away. So put these to one side. You can use that one again. So turn it over and look through and make sure that the mold is filled properly. And it looks like it could do with a little bit more. So I'm just going to press that in the back a bit more to make sure it's nice, and you've got to be nice and firm with this. And it should be nicely filled. And then what I tend to do is take a little bit of a paintbrush and some water and just wipe down the surface so it's nice and clean after you've filled it. Okay, so that's it, and we'll leave it aside to dry, and then I'll show you how to take it out once it's dry. So this has been drying for about 45 minutes in my dehydrator. So depending on how you dry, it'll take a wee while, because they're, as I said, they're quite thick. And just take them out with a pair of tweezers. I like to kind of just tease it out a little bit. And pop it out. You see, like that. And here we have a little C. It needs a little bit of sanding, but not much. And that's how you use those molds. Hope that helps. Bye.